Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this, a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. There. That hurt? You feel that? That hurt? Probably didn't hurt. Wasn't a very good poke in the eye with a sharp stick, was it? Oh well. Point is, I tried, though. I tried to poke you in the eye with a sharp stick. That's what counts. Intent. And anyway, aside from that, though, good morning. It is. Why am I looking over there? That's the fast clock. That's a fast clock, too. I need to look down here in the system tray on my computer says it is Monday, December 19th, 6:33 a.m. People have asked in comments, why do I wake up so early? Well, it's not that I wake up early. I mean, I wake up early, but it's more that I just don't have a set time to wake up. Last night, I woke up around 10 at night, something like 10 or 11, and I've been up since then. So, really, I've been up like the past 17 hours. I haven't been doing anything. I couldn't tell you what I've done. I played some Bloodborne. I've watched videos. I've made and edited videos. So I've done things, and it's always difficult to remember because with my fibro fog, it always feels like I just woke up. Even in the middle of a conversation where we've been talking, if I'm 10 minutes into a conversation with you and I'm yammering at you and you're yammering at me and we're exchanging information, if you stop and ask me, how do you feel? It's like, I feel like I just woke up. And I've just started the conversation right now. And that's the way it feels. I always feel like I just woke up and that I've sort of de-blacked out into the situation right now when you ask me. Makes life interesting. I forget everything unless I struggle real hard. You know, you've seen it in my videos. I can slowly add things into the routine of what I say. But it's hard to get it in there because I got to try and work it from short-term memory to long-term memory. And I got problems with my short-term memory, especially since I have to treat my... Well, I don't have to, but at this point I do. I was on 28 different prescription medications for my fibromyalgia and back injuries and such. Even then, I needed a walker to walk, I shuffled slowly, and I could not use my hands to even write. I was damn near bedridden, and I was on 28 different meds. Now I'm on like 5 different meds. Only one of them is for fibro. There's potassium I take because I periodically have to take a diuretic. I take ropinirole for restless leg syndrome, so that's 3 things kind of. There's something called metoprolol. It is a blood pressure medication, but I take an extremely low dose of that because my blood pressure is normally like 110/60, but my kidneys are not in good shape. And metoprolol in very low doses helps your kidneys. Doesn't affect your blood pressure. So I take very low doses of that. It helps my kidneys work much more efficiently and keeps them from dying. So that's good. Past that, there's gosh, is there anything else? Oh, I take one thing for gout because for whatever reason I also have gout problems, which is weird because I don't eat any of the foods they say to avoid if you have gout. What am I supposed to do when I don't eat any of the things, but I still have gout? So I take gout medication. Past that, that's it. The only other med I take is methadone. Not methamphetamine, methadone. It is an opiate. It is near heroin-like, and they use it for chronic pain and for getting people off of heroin. I'm not on heroin, of course not, and I have never tried it, but I have chronic pain. For my back injuries and all that, methadone takes that out. Doesn't touch anything else. Pot takes care of my fibro and a large part of everything else, but can't hit some of the stuff that methadone takes care of. So the two of them together, there it is. Work almost perfectly. I've gone from being near bedridden to I've got a life. I do things. I play games. I go on 5-mile walks. I do stuff. Thank goodness. Washington State has legalized cannabis for recreational as well as medicinal use. We're one of the few states in the union that have legalized it for recreational uses. Thank goodness we're smart enough here. But I would still be able to use it for medicinal purposes, and thank goodness. Without cannabis, I would be bedridden. And worse than that, I would be, because of that, a ward of the state. I don't want to be a ward of the state. I like having a life, living on my own, not being turned every 2 hours and cleaned up after I'm incontinent. Which is neither here nor there, really. Now, what I am going to do real quick is to, first off, I want to give a shout out and say, first off, to Will McLaughlin. That's the way I would pronounce it. McLaughlin. Will McLaughlin. Thank you so very much. Ask for a shout out. That's all you got to do. You just have to ask. And I will do it. When I was going through the comments, that's the only comment that I could find, though, so I don't have any others. Now I'm going to open up the community page, which is all the comments going from here back to forever. Well, about a year back. And I'm just going to thank 24 random people here. Like Marty? ? Thank you so very, very much. Now I'm not reading the comments. I'm just thanking you for leaving a comment. Thank you very, very much. I'm hitting show more at the moment. And I'm going to thank Ainsley Woods, Ainsley Woods. Thank you so very much for the comment. And Blue Skin. Interesting. Some of you have wonderful usernames. Much more clever than anything I could ever come up with. My usernames have never been clever. Even mine is only halfway clever, and it's only halfway. So, I got nothing to write home about username-wise. You guys have come up with some great ones. Like Blue Princess 81 MSP. Thank you so very much for your comments. For your comment. That's what it is. Thank you so very much. And Chris Hill. Thank you so very much. And Buttercream. Thank you so very much for the comment. Greatly appreciated. Soledad Patino. That's the way I pronounce it. And I know I pronounced it improperly, but thank you so very much for the comment. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Leah Mish, M-I-S-H. Thank you so much. And Vila Serda, Lacerda. So thank you so very, very much for the comment. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Well, Mika Mach 5 gets another shout out. Hello, because it's at random. I'm just hitting names that grab my eye. So, well, it's only as random as your subconscious would get. So it's semi-random since I'm just going like right here, grabbing one at the top. I just did that one, so it'd be Michelle, Matchellele. Thank you so very much for the comment. And Terry13, thank you. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Alan Hill, thank you for the comment. It is very, very nice, absolutely every single one of you, for leaving a comment. It's like, no brain suicide. Thank you so very much. Interesting username there. And Michael Abink, Abbink. Thank you so very, very much. And Kevin Lester, thank you. Greatly appreciated. Ecstasy. Wow, just like the drug. Or, I immediately go to the drug instead of the mental state. What does that say about me? It should probably give you some extra hints on that one. I used to eat LSD like candy during the 90s, and I still would if I hadn't started having massive panic attacks that made it impossible for me to do so. I'd love to take things like mushrooms and all of that. So, why did I immediately leap to the drug when I saw ecstasy? Also, let's see, there's Sneakster5000. Thank you so very much. Interesting username, thank you. And, ooh, Lasting Silence. That's a cool one. I like that username, thank you. That's pretty cool. And, Chris Lopez, number 20. Thank you so very much. And, oh, I don't know how to pronounce this properly, but, like El Pinche Diego, L-E-L, and then P-I-N-S-H-E Diego. Interesting. And 420 Reactions. Hello, it's been a while since I've seen your name, but glad to see you back. And Diverse. Whoops, it was 3 it is, 23. Diverse. Thank you so very much. And Andrew Reese or Rise. It's R-I-E-S-E. Thank you so very, very much. Greatly appreciated. Well, that's 24, which with Will McLaughlin makes 25. So thank you all so very, very much. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. I love comments. Keeps me grounded. It's like with all the things that people have sent me in the mail. My problems with depression, and now after the death of my wife, I have crippling social anxieties. When I go out for walks, I go out early in the morning when there's no one around, or late at night when there's no one around. And when I have to go out when there's people, I don't do well. I'm not agoraphobic. I don't mind being outside of my room. And in fact, I kind of prefer that. It's just so small. I get cabin crazy real easy. But it's being around people I have real difficulties with. So, yeah, yay. Oh, I forgot where I was going with that one, but still, sorry about that. That's my big problem, again, with fibro, is I forget stuff like that because I constantly feel like I've just woke up and started the conversation. And that, everything else that I said beforehand, I said that as I was waking up, I don't really remember what it was. That's the way everything feels. Right now, everything that I've done up to now is I said that I was waking up. I don't remember really what I said or done. And I've been up for 8-9 hours. It's lovely. Yeah, my mental landscape is not very pretty. Oh man. Well, what I'm going to do now then, I want to go through and thank everybody, and greet everybody, say good morning in their languages, like Bom dia, Diaguit, Labrit, Ahanyo Aseo, Dzień dobry, or less formally, Cześć, now Polish being a +10 difficulty language. If I'm in the ballpark, I figure I'm doing pretty good. Now, I know all languages are difficult in their own ways, and if I'm in the ballpark, I'm doing good. So, no matter what the language, no matter what the greeting, if I'm close, then I figure I'm doing real good. So, thumbs up on that. Then, after that, Terra Homokost, Bari Luz, Gumarius, Buenos dias, Dia dit, Boreda, Uragelt, Matenva, Buongiorno, Dobre utro, Boker Tov, Buna Dimanata, and for whatever reason, I don't know why, but that Buna Dimanata strikes me so much as like that song from The Lion King. A Buna Dimanata, what a wonderful word. I don't even know the lyrics, but that's the song it reminds me of. Don't know why. I am being flippant, but I'm not being disrespectful. I mean, it is disrespectful, but I'm not being disrespectful in a mean way. I'm being disrespectful in a fashion that's supposed to make you smile because it's silly. That is the only reason I would ever do anything. I hate rudeness. I value kindness and politeness, and overt, even covert rudeness is stuff that I don't like to do because I don't like to see it. I don't like it. So I'm never going to try and make fun of somebody to try and make someone feel bad. If it sounds like I'm making fun of somebody, I'm just trying to do some gentle ribbing for a smile with no malice ever intended. Ever. Ohio, kamusta, gomorgen, ni hao, privyet, guten tag und guten morgen. Kalimera, bonjour, dobre rano, god morgon. Labas ritas, labdien, I think is the other one. I mean, laba diena is this one, but there's one that's more like labdien that's, can't remember the language, and I'm sorry about that. Mesa ol hele, which is actually good afternoon in Arabic, but still. Merhaba, which is actually just hello or good afternoon in Turkish. I don't know how to say good morning in either of those languages, so I slip in good afternoon in the hopes that no one will notice. And of course, go forth and have the crack. Good food, good drink with good friends. Now, it does not necessarily have to be an alcoholic beverage. It does not necessarily have to be crack cocaine. It doesn't even have to be a crack whore spreading her legs for you. Just have the crack. Good food, good drink with good friends. Thumbs up on that. I'm 16 minutes into this, so I'm just going to say, hey everybody, if you could toss me a like, that would be nice. I would appreciate that. I do prefer positive validation over for my existence rather than negative validation. So if you must, I will of course take a dislike, thumbs down. Can't stop you, but I do prefer likes. Also, if you could subscribe, that would be wonderful. Now, be prepared. I do so many videos when I'm feeling good that my notifications will clog your feed. If you're ready for that, then hey, glad to have you. Hope to keep you for a very long time. Wrapped in plastic with the others down in the basement. Something like that anyway. So hey, you take care. Have a great day. I've got a reaction video. I've got a game video. I have a guinea pig video. It's a full day. Wow. So thumbs up. You take care. Have a great day. I will see you on the flip side. And that, my friend, is a very, very good thing. So thumbs up.